the other area there.
Yes.
And you name the bridge in honor of Tewan Ganglo.
Yes.
When is the construction starting, and how much is it going to cost? Why did you decide to name it in honor of Ganglo?
First, let me say that that bridge is very significant. It's going to make life easier for over 350,000 people between District 6, District 9, District 7, District 8, and almost half of Bon County. So it's a massive bridge. It makes agriculture easy, it makes trade easy, it makes our people life easy, and it makes it safer. So we're happy to do that. I named the bridge after Councillor Ganglo for two reasons. One, I think he deserves it. He's a legendary politician, respectable man, credible. It's a good man. To have an opportunity to do something like that in his honor, for me, I can never find another way to honor him. Thirdly, he is also the reason why we went out there to build that bridge. So I think it's befitting, to name and honor him. The cost, I would like to wait on that a little bit. I think it's a little over $1 million. We will start in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah, the construction will start in 2 weeks. We are mobilizing right now. The construction will start in 2 weeks. Look, what we do is that with our many connection around the world, we take these things, we go out there, look for funding from our people, from ourselves, and put it together and come to help our country. And we'll do that, like I said, in the next 24 months.
This will be what, the third?
Oh no!
Or the second bridge?
We built this is about our fifth bridge.
Now, talking about a very large one, like the one in what, Tengman or somewhere.
Okay.
You build another one.
So we have 2 medium ones.
Okay.
And then we have a much bigger one in District 5, Nimba County.
Okay.
And then the one in Tengman. And now this is bigger than Tengman.
Oh, this is bigger than Tengman?
Yeah, much bigger. Almost 150% more. Yeah, this is about 90 meter, and that one in Tengman 54 meter. So it's a significant difference.
That's good. It's Abilities Initiative.
Yes, it's Ability Development Foundation initiative.
Where are we with your agriculture project now?
It's going well. I mean, we finished with the first phase. In fact, it's interesting because most of the farm, the people were not expecting it. When the rice ready, everything, we go to the town. We say, "You come and harvest it right and carry it if 100% for your free." So,
is that what you did?
Yes, we did it in most towns because we want to let our people know that we can feed ourselves, and as representative, our job is to show them how to do it, empower them how to do it, and then and they were very happy. They were not expecting that. We never told them that we're making this rice, we're gonna give it to you. So we pay people work there, but now we're letting them have the whole farm.
You're not begging them to sell them again?
No, we're just distributing it. So you will see that this year the rice consumption in our district will go down because we taking considerable amount of rice from ourselves.
Do you intend to grow the rice on a very big scale to have it permanently on the market?
I hope that the core in CMC national program is agriculture. So you got to have the government has to lead in that. But what I know based on my experience in my district is that we can do it. At this time, we're much more equipped. We're in a better position than way before, and it's easier for us to say we have a national program. I mean, think about having maybe working for 4 days instead of 5 days and telling the people go on the farm like the Ivorians do. If you go to Ivory Coast Saturday, you would never see any government official. Just one directive from the president. We got over 2,000 people that the president of Liberia can write to say you are appointed. Just imagine if you tell each one of these people that minimum 1 acre of land for you must do it with rice. Eh? That's 2,000 acres. That person that produced that 1 acre of land is able to feed themselves and their family for a certain period. You will cut down just by doing that from the president. Look at the ministries. Each ministry can have their own farm. You can put it in the budget and make sure, government agencies as big as NPA is, PRC, instruct all of them, to say you must have your own agricultural output. Let's focus on rice because that removes the pressure on our foreign exchange to make life easier for all. All this noise about employment. If people are on the farm working and getting paid, you will not have all these drugs and other issues. The young people have not been given the opportunity to enhance themselves. And through agriculture, we can do it. Agriculture is our number one natural resources. We need to use it properly. So there has to be a national program. But for now, that's what CMC is going to do. We're going to have an agriculture program, 2 very important programs, agriculture program and a VSL program for women. These are the things that we're going to go through to, strengthen our communities. Going around flashing money, we don't believe that. Okay. What we believe in is go in the community, see what the needs of the communities are, and then help enhance their capacity to resolve their own issue. So that's what we're going to do.
Do you have a Liberian construction company building the bridge? Who's building it?
Yes. So what we do is we have several Liberian construction company. All of our work that we do, we have one foreign consultant, so he does the consultation, but everything else we do there is Liberia, 100%.
It's a Liberian company.
Yes.
What's the name of the company?
The one. Well, we don't deal. It's not like, you see. That's one of the problems we have, Clarence. You go around, getting these big companies, and they come, they do the work. I don't do my work like that.
Okay.
If I have a piece of job, I pick the expert, the qualified people, and put them together from different background, and they work, and it has worked for me. I have a group of Liberians that are building all our coverts, all our short bridges, but we didn't pick them as company. Right there in Nimba, some of them are from Lofa. We pick them as individual that are qualified to do these things. Mm-hmm. By the time you put it in the newspaper, and that's one of the way people need to find a way to do it. By the time you put it in the newspaper, you do that, then people come with all their luxurious, exotic prices. No, we don't do that. We make sure we meet the standard. But we have almost 300 people employed across Nimba County doing this work for us. So so we are doing it in a very non-conventional way, and it's working for us. People are employed, people work, and today in Ban City, we are deploying almost 26 covered spots in Ban, mm-hmm. and that is almost coming to an end. We started today. We started moving from BAM towards Campley. Mm-hmm. All this work, everything that you see there, all of our engineers, our operators, everybody is a Liberian. In fact, in our entire employ, we have one foreign person, one out of almost 200-300 people. So we are very proud of that.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, you were very close to the Imbato speaker. I just sent him a WhatsApp message But I'm getting reports from all over that he has resigned.
Today is April Fool, Chief. So the April Fool story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That April Fool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's move on. Campaign is on in the Nima County by-elections. Your political party, the CMC, put up a candidate in former County Inspector Mark Bliwan. Are you considering the hollows and the political roads and the rocky hills you will have to climb? Do you trust your candidate? Do you think he's poised to becoming Nima's next senator?
I think that we will surprise plenty people.
It will surprise plenty people.
Yes. You see, the campaign, this particular campaign strategy, and hopefully our strategy will work. I would not, you got, as you grow in politics, you get more mature, you deal with things differently. The bigger thing will tell you, oh, today, no, I'm not here to say that. All I know is that we have a very good ground game, and we started putting those games together almost a month ago. We deploy the very, very adequate logistics around the country. As I speak to you, we have something around 6-7 vehicles moving around the country. We're going to deploy additional 4 or 5 between now and Friday. So we have about 100 motorbikes that is moving across the country. We hope that it will bring result that we need. This time around, we're not, now the campaign has started, we're not in the business of just making a lot of noise. I'm on my way to Nimba. I was there on the weekend. We're gonna bunker in there. We're gonna camp. We're gonna go from place to place. We're gonna explain to the Nimba people why they should vote our people. We'll refrain from any personal attack. We'll focus on our candidate and try to push him to victory.
You getting the impression that people think you were doing personal attack?
I don't never in my political history. I've never ever. I don't believe in that.
Do you still believe that Vice President Ban Kun should stay away from the election? He shouldn't go in the county. He should stay on his lane.
I sincerely think so. He is the leader of the country. I'm not saying that out of malice. I think it's in his for his own good, because I don't have to like it, but he's the leader of Nimba County. In this kind of closely contested election, or you really don't want to antagonize almost half of your citizenry for another person. You have the right to say, I'm supporting this person. He has done that. That's fine. But if you go on the campaign trail, sometimes during campaign you say things that you necessarily don't mean. People will take offense and they will reply to you. I think the people in Nimba County, we got 4 or 5 years to election. I think this is not a time where prominent Nimba politician will be at exchanging words of war between they and their leader. He is the leader of Nimba County.
What do you think will be the implication if your candidate won the person he is supporting?
It has no impact on him.
You think so?
Nimba does not vote like that.
Don't you think it would suggest that he's a weakling? The fact that he will raise somebody's hand and the person is defeated.
Nimba people don't choose like that. I mean, it used to be like that, but Chief, no one in the history of Nimba has been more popular than Senator Johnson, right? But I want you to know that even in the past election, there were people. Majority of the candidates were not the candidates that was on MDR ticket. I want you to know that. MDR had, I think, 1, 2, 3% or 4%. So I'm just trying to tell you that there were other people, Nyanflomo, Musa Belede, Tan Wangbe, or Sam Brown. These people were not on MDR ticket and they won. You get the point I'm making? So it's sometimes not the way people are thinking. It's not like that. Number of people don't look at institution to vote. They look at your person, what you've done for them, how you've done for them. So
And sometimes the influence of the leader matters. What do you think? What do you think about people who say the vice president is a coward if he didn't go to Nima to campaign for his candidate?
but we know he's not a coward. He's one of the most brilliant politicians I've ever seen. We know Vice President Kung is not a coward. I mean, you will assume that
You
he's-
say that because you don't want him to go there.
No, you will assume that he's coward at your own political peril. He did not do that, Chief. At the age of under 50, in this dog eat dog politics, a person that makes their way to the vice president in a twinkle of an eye, you call that person coward? Nope, he's not. And he can choose to go. I just give him an advice. He can take it or he can leave it. Doesn't matter. We'll meet at the campaign front line.
At the battle line.
Yes.
And the line will be drawn.
The line has already been drawn. And we will protect our candidate. We'll protect the reputation of our candidate.
Why do you think a Senator Mark Blewan is the best? Or a Senator Mark Blewan for
Even
Nima?
the vice president knows that Mark Blewan is the best. Mark Blewan was one of the closest people to the vice president. The vice president pulled Mark Blewan out of the race to balance Nimba County so that the two dominant tribes can have the two senatorial seats. He asked Mark Blewan to get out. Out of respect for him, the government was new, Mark did so. And then Mark supported Nyatwayan. Nyatwayan won the election. I would have thought that, the vice president would be, magnanimous and fair to Mike and give him. But if he chooses to support the MDR candidate, that is also his choice. But I think that, our candidate is in a good position. At this time, Clarence, we have to just go and see our candidate. Not every minute that I have, I'd rather talk about the good thing about my candidate than the bad thing about other people. Talking about the bad thing about other people necessarily does not sell your candidate. You have to sell your candidate with questions such as the one that you just asked. Why you think he's the best candidate? This guy knows everything about Nima. He has the experience, his leadership as a county-wide leader, 5 consecutive years as county inspector. That is deep. That the county inspector goes deeper, much, much deeper than even the superintendent. Of course, more than even we, the lawmakers. You understand? More than the senator, more than the superintendent, more than the lawmaker. He's the guy that deals with the town chief, the zone chief. That's his responsibility. He regulates them. So he knows about the county. That's the kind of person that you need. So I'm speaking for his reputation, his experience.
You think the Nima Legislative Caucus will take a joint decision?
No, that's not.
Probably majority members could, because what I'm hearing is they only have 2 persons on the side, Musa Belete and Tai Wongwe, and the rest of the others are on the other side. That's the impression I'm getting.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
I mean,
So Tai is supporting Edith, and Musa, CMC have got a candidate. Other than that, all the other lawmakers and Senator Nyatwayan are on the other side.
Yes.
Let's move up to Capitol Building. Did you file a writ of McDermott's? And even though we're not discussing the actuality of the case and blah blah because it's in court, but how far is that writ of
both
McDermott?
cases were heard on that day.
Oh,
Just
really?
that- yeah, just that.
I think we're just focusing on
Yeah. Oh. So when you finish with the bill, if I was
everybody call up their
but
writ.
the madam was her as well.
What was the result? A penny?
No, everything.
Everything penny.
The bank reserve ruling.
Okay. The McDermott's is what to compare the people to pay your money.
Yeah. There's no dismissal.
Okay.
We believe that the court ruled the last time that the action of the majority player was ultra-virus, so therefore they cannot, they don't have authority to withhold our colleague's salary. Yes.
You think the court this time around, in its opinion, will be clearer than before, Belete? And as you're discussing your different legislative chat rooms, is everybody prepared? I'm saying everybody, as the House of Representatives, no matter what side you are you getting the impression that all of you are prepared to uphold the ruling of the court and do exactly what the court will say?
I think so, or maybe should I say, I hope so. But one thing I'm sure of is that the president of Liberia, President Bouaka, would not openly defy the Supreme Court ruling. If the Minister of Justice or anybody, saw the ruling differently and informed the president that based on my analysis of this, that's how I see the ruling, and upon that the president acted. If information comes to the president to say, it actually meant this way, I do not see any way in this world where the president would say, to hell with the Supreme Court. My brother, that's not possible. Then the meaning of a state would be questioned. So I don't think so. I'm very confident that this president, we are here to, definitely the rule of law, we are here to the outcome of the Supreme Court ruling.
The outcome of the Supreme Court ruling.
Yes.
You're here to it.
Yeah.
And you think it will end this thing?
It's true.
Whatever the ruling is?
It's true. Or it should give us a pathway to ending it. Where we are, if the court rules in our favor, I think our objective would be reconciliation and peace, and how we can unify ourselves, and then sit down and say, okay, here we are, guys, you are in majority. You don't have sufficient number to move on, to move the speaker. Let's get together. Let's find a solution. I don't know what that solution may be, but leaders must lead. That's what we're there for. The speaker, we rise up to the occasion. The leaders on the other side, we rise up to the occasion, and of course, we can't afford to prolong this any longer. Any moment beyond the
no matter what the Supreme Court says.
Yes, we would be at the center of trying to find a solution to this problem.
It's hurting the country, you think so?
Yes. Chief, there's zero oversight going on.
Zero.
When last were there a fiery appearance at the house? 6 months from October. Nobody has been held accountable. Nothing. So we need to get back to work. We need to be holding government agencies and other things. You hearing now President Bouaka, Again, I tell Liberian people that you are aiming right or shooting wrong. When the budget comes and the people pass it and you say nothing, and then time to implement budget.
But sometimes the people don't even see the budget.
Yeah, so that is their problem. They need to get their lawmakers to take up issues. At the end of the day, these are some of the reasons why we look at the budget. I mean, I don't personally, the car that the president bought, I have one of those cars.
You got one of them?
Yes, and it's quite expensive.
How much does it cost?
Mine costs about $245,000.
So bulletproof?
No, mine is not a bulletproof.
But they say the one the president got probably might be more advanced than yours.
Of course.
If yours is 245,000 ability,
yes,
it means the
it's
one with
in my asset declaration.
It means the one with the bulletproof everything might be expensive.
Yes. So you expect the president to sit in a car that does not have a bulletproof? I think what is happening is that Unity Party ran campaign on lies and misinformation, and that's what is biting them.
You think it's biting them?
Of course. Everything they campaign against, it's almost like deja vu. everything they campaign against, they are just stepping back on it.
For example,
The car, the George Weah, the plane, the airport. When I start naming it, I will not move on it just now. That's a step by step. So it's wrong to campaign on lies. Misinformation will catch up with you. So when people do good work, there are people that are doing good work. Look at the NPA. Chief, that guy is doing his utmost best. He's drowning into misinformation and allegation of tribalism. When almost 90% of the so-called Madingo people that they are talking about were there when he came there. But the party involved is in so much lies. Sekou is doing an excellent job at the port. He's elevated the port. He's done a lot of good things there. Nobody sees it because the UP just snare other people.
Is there any other person in the government who you think is doing well?
Yes, APRC is doing excellently well. Emonstro is doing a good job. I think he's stabilized the place more. He's more interactive. It's okay. I hope he stays that way because he's a politician. So I hope he stays on that lane. We're watching him. The day you move on that lane, you want to be political, we'll be there to face him face to face.
Do you agree with some Liberians?
He's doing an excellent job.
Do you agree with some Liberians who think the president is not in charge of the country?
Yes.
And what do you think they mean when they say not in charge?
Chief, it's 15 months. When did the president have a press conference? A very interactive press conference. The president's predecessor, Madam Salif, had a monthly interaction with the press. You remember, right? On radio, talk to the president, this and that. CDC again. Unity Party was on George Weah back. How do they even feel for the same thing to be happening? Where the president, maybe in 15 months, he has had at least one a press conference that was almost, I don't know if it was actually a press conference, interact with the press, answer tough questions, get vexed. When some journalists ask you, let the people see your human side. That is not happening. The president is not having an interview. He's not, and that's a big problem. I'm telling you, that's a big problem. And so I am one of the people who believe that
he's not in charge.
He's not in charge. If the Joseph Boakai that I know, if he puts himself in charge, he knows governance. He knows how.
You think
to
it's deliberate?
I'm really shocked because is he giving his people more time? I believe if that's what he's doing, that he's doing it at the detriment of the country, or is he saying, I want to let everybody show themselves and I'll come back to run a more effective. I can only hope that's the case at this point. But there are too many loose ends in this government.
Representative Musa Belete comes from Nimba District number 7. Before we open the lines, I want to carry you to some one other terrain, non-political. You are former president of the Liberia Football Association. I don't see you into football. Do you have a football team? I thought as a representative of Nimba, you would have, waking up one team in our play that would be two, like your brother Flo, and you come back to football, bring it. Why are you so far from football?
Yeah, I'm in politics now.
But you can still be doing football thing, man.
No, that would be almost like interference. So
interference?
Yeah.
To have your own football team?
No, I support Nimba County. I support Watanga.
That's obvious, man.
Yeah, I support Nimba County. I support Watanga.
You went to the highest stages in football, Musa. You should have one team. That maybe Saklepi FC or
based on what you say,
United.
You're right. Maybe I would say District 7 FC.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta do something.
I would think about it.
Do you have any interest in all these? When is the LFA going to elections? Is it what, next year or what?
I don't even know. I know they're supposed to go for election.
But do you have interest? I see a lot of I'm not football journalist. I'm not a sports reporter, but I see a lot of football thing. I see a lot of things people say. Now, this guy, I've not seen him before. I see a lot of pictures of him. Kasekwa, right?
Okay.
Was he expelled from the LFA from being president of a local club before? Whatever. Was he ever expelled anywhere?
No.
In the LFA?
No, I was president when he was my vice president for operation.
Oh, Kasekwa served your administration at some point?
As vice president for operation.
Okay.
And then
so he been in the LFA leadership before?
Yeah, and then he fell into trouble. We followed up with him. We kept up with him, and when he realized that he was not going to make it back for in time, he resigned. But we never expelled him.
Okay. Oh, okay. He resigned.
Yeah.
At the time, the case, why he was already guilty.
You know, to expel people, you have to judge them, you have to cite them, you have to hear them. You cannot expel someone on allegation. Everything that was going on, and then that's a different jurisdiction. Whatever happens to him in America, can I apply to him in Liberia? You know the story. It's a completely different. So
Okay,
we
so-
never
so he actually
we never
resigned,
took
they
any
expelled.
action. The only action we could have taken against him was being absent, and we felt that it was only fair to allow him to go through a thing, and through intermediaries, people that we were talking to, we did agree with him that the best thing for him to do was to resign, and he sent us a letter resigning, and then that's how he was replaced.
It's okay. Now, the day you forming that team, you gotta consult me. I will get a team name.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I got the idea.
Yeah.
Because you are forgetting
I
football.
promise you.
You are forgetting football all the way.
Yes.
I don't want to bring that idea. You're not gonna call Jeremiah Young to get you name for the team.
No.
I will get the team's name.
No.
Okay. Musa, let's come back to you.
You know,
You don't tell your man no say call.
listen, I can tell you this. Edwin and myself, we actually naturally are unable to proceed without each other. So we have become natural siblings. I appreciate him a lot. And listening to him this morning, it just melts my heart, because he would be the same person who even not come on radio to tell me and say, "Oh, Musa, my man, you fumbling on the issue." We can always do that to each other. For him to come out, to say that I'm happy, and he has more experience than me as a politician, and to thank me for being consistent. I'm very grateful to him, and I want to tell him that I'm counting on him. At the end of this, the Supreme Court ruling, we have to call on senators
Okay.
to help us to bring.
Senator Finlay said yesterday that he made some intervention and he will not stop.
Yes, we have to call on senators to measure that he's one of the pillars of the Senate. So we'll be counting on him to come to see how best to help for us to, resolve this issue. Not doing that now, it affects all of us. So I will count on him, and thank you, Edwin. On the thing where Koga attacking me personally, like I said, I think I have also, I don't think it was personal, but I've been critical of Koga. At this point in time, now that the campaign is open, I don't believe that that's the way to go. I want to focus on selling my candidate. I want to focus on how I can make sure that the people get out to vote, which is the key element of this other election. And then on the bridge, we have made contact with the Ministry of Public Work, and the chief engineer there happened to be one of us from the county, and he has given us the assurance to do that. We'll do the design of the bridge. We'll take it to the Ministry of Public Work before we start building it. we'll make sure that they approve it. We will not jump into constructing such a bridge without getting approval from the Ministry of Public Works. That's very, very important. You know, politics aside, they are the authority, and we will respect their authority. And by the way, they've been very, very cooperative. I remember the Minister of Public Works some time back when the road was poor. I called him. I said, Mr. Minister, I want to intervene on the main road. He immediately told me, say, you can go ahead. You know, so we've never gotten in our development activity in Nima County or elsewhere, we've never gotten any obstruction from the Ministry of Public Works. So we cannot disrespect the authority.
Okay, Musa. Musa, thank you so much. Except you wanted to say something then.
Yes. Yes, so far, that's it. Did somebody call from some? Okay, that was the Kogate.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to say to all my colleagues of the House of Representatives that we should wait patiently, wait for the Supreme Court.
You think the court might wait for you to come from break?
And we should ask the judge, the lawyers, at this time,
to speed this thing up.
You know, you give us the judgment as soon as we can. The justices as soon as we can, and please let the lawyers, the Facebook and the social media lawyers, let them stop confusing people. You know, at this point in time, nobody should get any interpretation to what the Supreme Court has said. Let's just stick to
the one that will come
waiting for them. Stick to what will come, because their opinion don't matter. Let's wait for the Supreme Court to make a final call.
Okay, Nimba Representative Musa Belete, thank you. Wish you well. Wish your candidate Mark Bluon well in the Nimba County senatorial by elections. We're taking a break to be back.